Aggies. Ooh, no, horns up.
Okay, good.
Hi, my name is Michelle Tijerin. I graduated from Sulphur Springs High School, and I'm attending the University of Austin. My major is International Relations and Global Studies. No, Sulphur Springs is great though. It has treated me like really good. I mean, I was born here, born and raised. So I guess like I was raised differently from other people. Like we only spoke Spanish. I still only speak Spanish like to my parents. I guess even like through middle school, I guess like I would always see like, oh yeah, my parents like help me out like on my homework and all that. I'm like, aw. My parents can't read like English, you know, so like I had to put myself out there, and I knew that I had to work hard, like a little bit harder than like other people. And I guess like in that moment, like I remember like one homework, I was like translating it to, like to my dad, and like he was helping me out. He was like, oh yeah, like he was like saying it in Spanish, but like I was like, it's like different, and like so like seeing other people like having like their parents like, oh, they help me out on this, blah blah blah, and now that I don't have that, like it made me like work like harder and like stronger. And I guess like in that point in my life, now I was like, I'm gonna have to put like a little bit more effort. I really didn't like, start thinking about scholarships until like my senior year, and I was just like looking for all the scholarships. I was applying for all the scholarships. I think I wrote about my family, like being raised in a Hispanic household and all that. It was an experience. I was just hoping like getting like email to email. Like I was like, okay, I made it to the other phase. Like I was making sure I turned everything in, like asking for letter of recommendations and all of that. It's like, it was definitely an experience. The interview, I was like sweating, like I was like so nervous. I was like, I couldn't like relax. I was like standing up straight and so on. It was like definitely an experience. That day I went and I got food for my middle school cousin. I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring you food. And I was like, right. And I was like, it was already late. And I was like, I don't think I'm gonna go to school. I'm just like, I don't have to. Like, you know, my mom was like fine with it. And I was like, I don't want to go. And I had this feeling. I was like, okay, I'll just go. It's just like I only have one more class, blah blah. And I go, and then like the principal comes in. He was like, Michelle Tijerin. And I was like, okay. And then we started walking. He was like, did you do anything bad? And I was like, no, I don't think so, like that. And I was like, okay. And then he walks me to the library, and I was like, oh, okay. Like I was like, oh. And then I was like, I didn't know how to react in that moment, like walking in. I'm like, I do not want to see the footage for that. I was like, oh God. But yeah, I just like remember, and I was like, oh my God. And then I got it. It was just that. It was very, like, my mom was at home, and I was like, and I called her, and I was like, cause like, okay, y'all are done, and I went to the little room, and I started calling her, and I was like, started like crying. I was like, I want it, and she was like, in Spanish, she was like, you deserve it so much, you've worked so much, like, so hard, like, you deserve it. And she was like, I already knew you were gonna get it, like, just like her, like, you know, it's just like, I already knew you were gonna get it, like, I prayed for it, and like this was like for you, like you've won for it, like you worked so hard for it and all that. And I was like, oh, I was just like crying in that moment. Yeah, going to Austin, I would never like have gone like to Austin, because like it's so expensive out there, and like I'm on a full ride because of the scholarship. It wouldn't have happened if yeah, that's like the only reason. Well, not the only reason, but I just like want to make my parents proud. Now that I haven't made them proud, I just wanted them like retire them and like be that person for them, like how they were that person for me, like when I was younger, like all the things that they sacrificed for me, like leaving their lives over there in Mexico, their family, and like and all that. So I just wanted to return the favor, I guess you could say. Of course, yeah, I look up to them like very much. They're like my inspiration of like what I want to be like in life, and like that's why I want to be like an immigration lawyer, because I want to help like people that has like the same struggle as my parents. So I'm studying IRG, like it could either be like political economy or like international security. There's a lot of sections, and you could pick like whatever section that you want. And I think I'm gonna go towards like the international political economy. So right after UT, I hope to go to law school. I'm not sure which law school yet. And then become an immigration lawyer.